News comes first.
Breaking news on ABC 17 News at 10. Police just cleared the scene after shots are fired in North Columbia, hitting at least 3 homes.
ABC 17's Lucas Geisler joins us live on Raleigh Drive off of Range Line. And Lucas, at least one of those homes had people inside.
And Joey and Marissa, CPD so far reports no one hit by any of those bullets that went flying here in the 1500. Looking back here to the 1400 block of Raleigh Drive in North Columbia. This is near the corner of Brown School Road and Range Line Street. CPD says just after 8 o'clock they got called out here where they closed off portions of the street, which we brought to you live on ABC 17 News at 9. One person that living in the area says that it looked like sparks flying across the street as the bullets went out. Him running inside. He said around that time, he said there might have been a dozen people outside in the neighborhood when it went off. So far, CPD does not have a suspect description on who it might be, but says they do have evidence to believe that it was 2 parties shooting at each other. Again, at least 3 homes were found hit, some here on Raleigh, another on nearby Citadel Drive. Evidence of, they found at least 1 shell casing and 1 bullet in the siding of one of the homes. But again, so far no reports that anyone was hit with the bullets. We're still working to learn to find out if there is any suspect description. As of the time CPD left, they didn't have any as far as the people or any cars that may have been involved in this incident. We will of course be following up with that, so stay tuned as we get those updates. Reporting live here in Columbia, Lucas Geisler, ABC 17 News.
Jeremy, get back in the car. Jeremy, get back in the car. Jeremy, quit. Jeremy.
Yikes. Reports of creepy clowns are making their way across the country. And as you saw in this video sent to ABC 17 News, here in mid-Missouri as well.
Yes, some of the cases are now becoming alarming for some people in Moberly. Clowns being spotted on their street, in their neighborhoods.
ABC 17's Deborah Kendrick was in Moberly today. She joins us now live in our newsroom. And Deborah, there were 2 reports in separate locations of people dressed as clowns.
Marissa, none of those reports were linked to any type of criminal activity, but Moberly police say they do take all of these things very seriously. Now, I actually spoke with some residents in the area who say hearing this news, they're a little uneasy tonight.
Jeremy, quit. Jeremy.
This video has been shared nearly 500 times on Facebook, causing some Moberly residents to be on edge tonight.
I feel kind of freaked out, honestly. I have kids here and not comfortable.
Carolyn Glantz has lived in the Allendale Manor neighborhood for more than a year and says it's normally quiet.
Moberly's pretty small, and for people to go around and do that kind of stuff just really freaks me out.
But this week, the Moberly Police Department says it's responded to 2 calls of people dressed up in clown costumes around town, but no criminal activity has been tied. Now, this comes after several reports around the country of people dressed up in clown costumes luring children into the woods. Today, Kansas City, Kansas police refuted those claims, saying on its Facebook page, there have been no actual sightings of clowns trying to abduct children in the KCK area. I spoke with some other residents in the neighborhood tonight who say they are fearful for their family's safety. But more importantly, they're fearful for the outcome if the wrong person encounter the clown.
You know, that person or people, whoever's doing it, they're likely either going to get hurt or they're trying to hurt somebody.
Now, the Moberly Police Department is advising people to continue to call in if they see anyone dressed in a clown costume. But typically and generally speaking, a person can't be arrested for wearing a clown costume. Live in the newsroom, Deborah Kendrick, ABC 17 News.
Reports of clown sightings have also popped up in Jefferson County, but both reports have not been confirmed yet by police.
Well, you probably noticed today temperatures warmed up a little bit more. Tomorrow they're coming right back down below average temperatures tomorrow with a north wind, so it'll be a little cooler for your Wednesday, but seasonal temperatures continue into the weekend as we'll be in those lower 70s during the day, 50s at night, so cool nights, mild days, and continue dry until next week. I'm seeing a change by next Tuesday. Right now, though, it's quiet. We have clear skies. Temperatures have cooled to 58 at Macon, to 65 at Columbia, and it's currently 67 at Jefferson. Jefferson City. We've had a very nice evening, and tonight temperatures will drop to the low to mid 50s by morning with a light west breeze and a clear sky tonight. Now, we do see some changes for tomorrow, though. We'll pick up a few clouds, especially if you live east of Highway 63 in the afternoon. Notice the north wind picks up between 10 and 15 miles an hour. The highest wind speeds will be north of Interstate 70 tomorrow, and temperatures as a result stay in the 60s for highs. So it stays dry. We'll still have low humidity, but a few more clouds around. These are the forecast high temperatures tomorrow, from 68 at Sedalia to 67 at Fulton, 68, topping out at 68 in Columbia and Jefferson City. Our front is dropping to the south. You can see the clouds, but notice the clouds and rain are focusing to the east. We're not going to see any rain from this, but we will get some clouds and that cool northerly wind tomorrow as these continue to build in the afternoon hours tomorrow. We'll see those, and temperatures in the 60s. We warm up a little Thursday, back to the low 70s after a cool morning Thursday morning at 49. Look at the weekend. It still looks great. I'll have a closer look at the weekend coming up.
More breaking news tonight. The former Israeli president and prime minister has died. According to reports, Shimon Peres died at the age of 93 following a stroke. He won a Nobel Peace Prize in 1994.
Back here at home tonight, a Jefferson City Public School Committee is talking about the future of the district. The Long Range Planning Committee held a meeting to come up with ways to address issues of growth within JCPS. That meeting just wrapped up about an hour ago. ABC 17's Lindsay Burning was there and joins us now live from our Jefferson City newsroom. And Lindsay, the committee talked about putting this tax levy on the ballot next year.
Tonight, the Long Range Planning Committee talked about asking voters for a tax levy increase on the April 2017 ballot. Right now, the levy here in Jefferson City is $3.69 per $100 of assessed valuation, and in Columbia, that number is $6.11. Now, back in the fall of 2014, the Long Range Planning Committee gave 5 recommendations to the Board of Education. Those included a second high school, an additional elementary school, redoing boundary lines, renovating the current high school, and additions to Callaway Hills Elementary. Now, those recommendations were put on hold when the district hired a new superintendent the following month, but tonight the committee voted unanimously to keep those 5 recommendations as the district's long-term plan. Superintendent Larry Lithcomb says in order to achieve any of those 5 goals, the district must ask taxpayers for more money.
Basically, to move forward with that template of those 5 things, we recognize that most folks think that their taxes, that they're probably high enough. Nobody thinks that, well, I'm not paying quite enough. So we need to show the added value and what that looks like, and we'll vet that process and communicate that along the way.
Tonight, the committee also discussed the possibility of buying some land just north of the high school, and that land would cost a little over $200,000, but some of the committee members raised concerns that there's no defined use of that land purchase. The Board of Education must make a decision on that purchase by October 11th. Reporting live in the Jefferson City newsroom, Lindsay Burning, ABC 17 News.
And the district has until January to put that tax levy on the April ballot.
A company in Columbia announces plans to expand, and it's expected to create dozens of jobs. Columbia Safety is a safety equipment distributor and division of GME Supply. The company says it acquired a new facility in North Columbia on Boone Industrial Drive. The building will serve as the company's new headquarters starting next year. It's expected to add up to 50 additional employees. The Columbia Mayor's Task Force on Medical Tourism met for the first time this afternoon. We told you about the task force when it was first announced in August. During today's meeting, there was open discussion where members suggested looking to other cities to see what has been successful. They also want to start looking at different strategies and figure out what will work best for Columbia.
A 62-year-old man is dead tonight after a crash on Highway 63 in Boone County. The Highway Patrol says Ronald Bone was killed around 6:30 this morning near Breedlove Drive. Troopers say he crashed into a box truck. They also say Mr. Bone wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Both southbound lanes were closed. Traffic was rerouted for several hours. And a man who was reported missing over the weekend is confirmed dead tonight. The Cooper County Sheriff's Office says 67-year-old William May died after crashing his tractor. It happened on Old Highway 50 just west of Otterville this morning. They say the tractor went off the roadway and overturned in a ravine.
Some utility customers in Columbia are still running into problems with the city's new billing system. Some say they haven't received their bill, and others say their bill this month is significantly higher. According to a spokesperson for Columbia Utilities, electronic billing is not currently available. So if you're signed up for electronic billing, you'll be receiving a paper bill until winter. We're also told that the September billing cycle may also be a few days longer than it normally is because of the changes in the system. The city says the new system does have its benefits, though.
Part about it that we really liked was the fact that they could do usage graphs, especially for electricity and water, so people could not only keep an eye on their electric use and their water use, see how they were using it, see if they wanted to cut back or join one of our energy efficiency programs to cut that down.
During this transition period, the utilities office is asking customers to bear with them and say that they're working every day to fix the issues.
Up next on ABC 17 News at 10, where the news comes first.
A woman is suing her former employer, the Department of Labor.
We'll explain what she's accusing her former boss of next.
ABC 17 Storm Track Weather can be heard on Zimmer radio stations, your total sports station, KTGR, and Classic Rock 96.7 KCNQ.
We've seen how liberal Jason Kander is, supporting a national energy tax, Obamacare, and allowing tax dollars for illegal immigrants. But in Jefferson City, career politician Kander was just as liberal on taxes. Kander voted against cutting income taxes for families and against tax relief for small businesses that create jobs. Jefferson City career politician Jason Kander. Across the board, he's too liberal to trust in Washington. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
With Extreme, every screen in your home is a TV screen. Plus, you can record shows on the go with the TiVo app. And with download speeds up to 150 meg and matching Wi-Fi speeds, Extreme was made for multi-streaming. Extreme bundles with TV, internet, and phone start as low as $29.99 each a month for a year. Plus, get an extra $10 off a month for 3 years with code SAVE10. Don't wait. Call 800-SIMPLIFY.
New tonight, J.K. Simmons reveals.
Were you in band?
I was in choir.
You're in choir, really? I played the clarinet, and now I feel like a tough guy compared to you in the choir.
Plus, Action Bronson and more. New Kimmel tonight on ABC.
All right, this is the time, this is the place, and this is Ford F-150. With a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body, it's up to 700 pounds lighter than before. So you can tow more of this, haul more of that. And F-150 is the winner of a 2016 Kelley Blue Book 5-year cost-to-own award, which will save you lots of this. This is the time.
Now get 0% APR financing for 72 months on F-150, plus Ford owners get $3,000 in total savings. Visit your quality Ford dealers today.
Hi, folks. Jerry O'Neill, Continental Siding Supply. Our business in 2016 has been so incredible that even with 65 factory-trained installers, we're still booking 60 to 90 days out. I know that'll be winter, and when I buy something, I wanted it yesterday. So if you'd be kind enough to wait and be patient with us, I will so make it worth your time. Call now.
Missouri's Department of Labor faces another lawsuit over claims of age and gender discrimination.
Before tonight's breaking news, ABC 17's Lucas Geiser dug through the lawsuit and found it's at least the second one targeting current and former employees.
For 4 years, Lucinda Guthrie says she worked in a culture where young men were fast-tracked for promotion over older employees. Guthrie, a Trenton resident, is suing different parts of the Department of Labor and one of her bosses, Ken Jacob. Guthrie was the chief of contributions for the Division of Employment Security, working for the department for more than 30 years. In 2012, she claims her old boss, Governor Nixon appointee Lawrence Rebman, began openly pushing for older employees to leave their jobs, telling one of them they'd throw a nice party if she retired. Many tried to warn Governor Nixon of this behavior, including Gracia Backer, who's also suing the state for ignoring these calls. Guthrie was fired by Nixon in 2013, but got her job back a year later with a new boss, Ken Jacob. Despite the change, though, Guthrie says the damage had been done. Jacob and others created a, quote, hostile work environment. She never fully got her old job back and watched as, according to her, other less qualified male employees got pay raises and positions made just for them.
Lucas Geiser reporting there. The state government has paid millions in discrimination suits. Since 2014, a jury ordered the Public Safety Department to pay $1 million in an age discrimination suit, and the Department of Revenue paid $1.5 million for disability discrimination. A jury ruled against the Veterans Commission in an age discrimination suit worth $3 million.
A student is facing charges tonight after reportedly sending a bomb threat to the assistant principal at Fulton Middle School. The assistant principal said he received an email to the school account threatening to, quote, bomb your school, end quote. Investigators identified an 8th grade student as the suspect and detained him this morning. Police say the school and students were not in any danger at the time. Tonight, we know who sparked a precautionary lockdown at the School of the Osage. The Miller County Sheriff's Office confirms it was searching for this man, Michael Reger. He's wanted for property crimes and several felony warrants. He got away yesterday after escaping law enforcement near Lowe's in the Kaiser area.
A man could face charges after authorities searched a home in Audrain County and say they found 40 guns. They arrested Royal Hampton during a raid last night off Eagle Drive in Mexico. Authorities say he had meth and Adderall. He was also wanted in connection to a kidnapping and domestic assault incident from Friday.
Well, there's some cooler air that's going to move in for the middle of the week here. I'll have a track of that. We'll also talk about the weather pattern change and when we'll see some rain coming up next.
Eric Greitens says,
I donated my combat pay to start the mission continues.
What Eric means is he donated $2,500. Now, IRS documents prove Eric paid himself over $700,000 of the charity's money in return. Greitens took nearly 300 times his original donation by paying himself money intended for America's veterans. That's not leadership, Mr. Greitens. That's greed.
It's not just a generator. It's a game changer. At Ameren, Missouri, we're using landfill gas to create megawatts of clean energy. It's all part of our long-range plan to deliver more than 30% of our power from cleaner resources. Using next-generation technology today to create a cleaner, brighter tomorrow. That's energy at work. Ameren, Missouri.
By land, by must-see. The big selection on the little bitty lots of Joe Machens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Over 500 new vehicles available anytime at our online lot, MachensCDJR.com. And during the Jeep Celebration event, get up to 20% off MSRP on select new 2016 models, plus an extra $500 cash back. Mid-Missouri's #1 dealer with lots and lots on lots of lots. Joe Machens Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1310 Vandiver and elsewhere. MachensCDJR.com. For the sake.
If you got a tree with the people to see, Hanchess Tree Service.
Buy one, get one boneless wing. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, there's way more worlds than that. There's Earth.
Right.
Earth 2.
No, just pick another planet.
Florida.
Buy one, get one free boneless wings are out of this world. This is how you Sonic.
FFO Home is throwing the flag on high prices during our fall man cave giveaway. Designer 3-table set, just $198. Hot buys on home accents, as low as $5. Enter today to win over $5,000 in prizes. Quality home stretch dual recliner sofa, only $898. Home stretch recliner, just $398. And with every home stretch product purchased, you'll receive a 3-day, 2-night vacation. Come in now during FFO Home's Fall Man Cave giveaway and save.
This blast flavor funnel, it's like a dessert inside a dessert.
How do they make these? Wait, don't tell me. Unless it's elves. Is it magical elves?
Yeah, they're all around us.
Can I meet them?
The magic's on the inside. New Sonic Blast flavor funnels with flavor in the middle. This is how you Sonic.
You're watching ABC 17 News at 10 in high definition on KMIZ, where the news comes first.
It's a nice night. We have clear skies. Temperatures are in the 60s right now, and we have light winds. It's 72, actually, at the Lake of the Ozarks, but 66 at Sedalia at FFO Home, and a pleasant night in Columbia with 66 degrees at BMW of Columbia. Now, tomorrow, after we drop into those 50s by morning, we make it to 63 by lunchtime. It'll be pretty nice if you're heading out for lunch tomorrow. You might, though, need that light sweater or jacket in the morning, as it's going to be a little cool. And it's not as warm tomorrow. We stay in the upper 60s. We'll see a few clouds and a north breeze that'll pick up between 10 and 15 miles an hour in the afternoon. The reason for these changes is this. Behind this blue line here, which we call the cold front, there's cooler air coming down and a north wind that'll bring those temperatures down tomorrow. We'll also pick up a few of these clouds, although no rain is expected. Rain is going to stay well to the east, closer to the upper level low pressure system. But tomorrow, as we see that cooler air settling in, that'll keep our daytime temperatures in the 60s with some clouds. Now, the overall weather pattern is this. In the upper levels of the atmosphere, there is this area of low pressure spinning. And as that does, it causes the air to be unsettled with clouds and some rain. Well, that feature looks like it's going to continue to wobble the next few days and push slowly to the southeast. Behind it, that's where we're at. And we're going to stay in that cooler, drier air here from the northwest winds aloft. Now, as that pushes to the east tomorrow, though, we will pick up, like I said, a few clouds around that system. But overall, the slow movement of that low is going to keep us in a rather stagnant weather pattern the next few days. And it's going to keep this system from coming in very quickly. Now, this is forecast to come into the central United States early next week. Finally, it'll start moving, and this one will bring some unsettled weather by Tuesday with a chance of some rain. But until then, we've got some nice weather ahead, if you like fall weather, that is. For Sports Zone Football Friday, looks good for the high school games. Temperatures in the 60s. And for this weekend, with a light north wind, it stays mild all weekend long. So whether you're heading to the lake or to Roots and Blues and Barbecue in Columbia or just staying home, it looks good this weekend. We do warm up a little bit, though, early next week, back to the upper 70s.
Yeah, perfect weekend for an outdoor concert. That's great. Thanks, Sharon.
All right.
All right, an unwanted ingredient, I mean, more than normal, appears to have made its way into certain chicken nuggets.
We'll explain why Tyson Foods is recalling more than 130,000 pounds of the product. That's after this.
Republicans and Democrats disagree on lots of issues, but when bipartisan solutions solve real problems, I'm all for it. I worked with Senator Brown of Ohio to pass the Manufacturing Jobs Bill, and Senator Stabenow of Michigan to pass breakthrough mental health legislation. Senator Coons and I led the fight for victims of child abuse, and Senator Murray and I got the first increase in health research in 12 years. From jobs to Alzheimer's, it's about getting things done. I'm Roy Blunt, and I approve this message.
Imagine facing lung surgery with 2 to 4 incisions, or even one this big. Now imagine one incision this small. Cardiothoracic surgeons at the University of Kansas Hospital are one of the first in the country and among a few in the world with the expertise to remove lung cancer through a single 2-inch incision. And most patients return home in just 2 days. Why would you go anywhere else?
This segment of ABC 17 News is sponsored by Oasis Landscapes and Irrigation. Check us out online at MyLawnOasis.com.
Life's been good to Roy Blunt during his 2 decades in Washington. He's voted to increase his own pay 12 times. Blunt's net worth up to $7 million. He's settled into his $1.6 million Washington mansion, and it's a family affair. Blunt's wife and 3 kids are all lobbyists. Washington is working great for Roy Blunt, but how is it working out for you? The SEC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Overwhelmed with marketing in today's tech-savvy world? Confused where you'll get the best return on your investment? You are not alone. Your local media experts can help. Whether your audience is watching TV or browsing online, we'll get you recognized. Drive consumers to your business and deliver results. We're your personalized solution for television advertising and online marketing. Let our expertise power your sales and digital strategy. For your solutions, call 573-397-7932.
Why choose McKnight Tire and Auto Center for oil changes?
Scheduling regular service at McKnight Tire and Auto Center extends the life of our car and saves my family time and money. We appreciate the honesty we get at McKnight Tire, and we trust them to get the job done right the first time at a great price. Their $24.95 oil change fits our budget, and I always go to McKnightTire.com for coupons that save me even more. McKnight Tire keeps my busy family running smoothly.
McKnight Tire and Auto Center, keeping you safely on the road for more than 50 years. Visit us in Columbia, Jefferson City, or online at McKnight.
In an ABC 17 recall alert tonight, more than 130,000 pounds of chicken nuggets are being recalled because there could be pieces of plastic in it.
Tyson Foods says the problem was discovered after several people complained. It affects the fully cooked panko chicken nuggets. They have a best if used by date of July 18th, 2017.
In a traffic alert tonight, one westbound lane of the Rocheport Bridge will be closed on Thursday. MoDOT is fixing lights on the bridge over the Missouri River. Work starts at 9, then the lane is expected to reopen before rush hour. Boone County drivers might notice crews out on the roadways the next couple of days. Tomorrow, they will start road striping throughout the county. Now, this will happen between 7 in the morning and 7 at night on Wednesday and Thursday.
A golf cart, loud music, and some speakers. Might seem like the recipe for a party, but Mizzou football is putting it all to good use.
Yeah, the Tigers explain how it'll prepare them for their trip to Baton Rouge. Sports Director Austin Kim is next.
Socket is ABC 17's exclusive provider of local telephone service. With Socket, now you have a choice. Call Socket at 1-800-SOCKET-3.
When my son Stephen was a Marine in Iraq, he'd send me pictures of him, and he'd ask me to send him pictures of home.
Now Stephen Weber is fighting to improve the picture of mid-Missouri for everyone by creating high-tech jobs in manufacturing and medicine, stopping budget cuts to Mizzou, and increasing healthcare access for vets.
What these pictures show me is that Stephen will never forget where he's from or who he's fighting for.
Take a tour of everything Midwest Wine Country has to offer with the 2016 Mid-Missouri Wine Card. Receive exclusive special offers at Casa de Loco, Cooper's Oak, Serenity Valley, Seven Seas, West Winery, and White Mule Winery. Just go to abc17news.com and click on coupons and deals under Marketplace. For just $20, celebrate with friends, family, or someone you love. The 2016 Mid-Missouri Wine Card. Your ticket to Midwest Wine Country for just $20.
Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper.
Right now, save up to $2,500 on the 2017 Titan.
He is a craftsman. He has an eye for making your home beautiful and a heart for providing value and safety. Trusted with sheltering your family from the harsh outdoors, he uses only the highest quality shingles, siding, and windows and installs each with skill. He sleeps well at night knowing that his work has meaning and that he provided you with exemplary service. He is a member of the Manor Roofing team, Manor Roofing and Restoration, installing peace of mind for a lifetime.
The ultimate buying experience awaits you at BMW of Columbia. 0.9% financing for 72 months on all new 2016 and 17 vehicles, except the M235 Coupe. That's right, held over by popular demand. 0.9% financing on new 2016 and 17 BMW vehicles. Save thousands, but hurry while selection is great. BMW of Columbia for the ultimate driving experience. 1510 I-70 Drive Southwest, ColumbiaBMW.com.
Sports Zone starts now. Driven by Toyota.
Well, earlier today, Mizzou wide receiver J'Mon Moore was named to the Biletnikoff Award watch list, which is presented to the nation's best wide receiver. He leads the SEC in touchdown catches and receiving yards. And Moore and Mizzou football will face their biggest test to date as they face an LSU football team who just changed coaches earlier this week. The Mizzou Tigers will go to Baton Rouge for their first road game since week 1 at West Virginia. But since that game, Mizzou has improved on offense, and they are the highest scoring team in the league. But this may be the most difficult test for MU this year, as LSU has only allowed 2 touchdown passes so far, and they play in one of the most hostile environments in the country. But Missouri says it's ready for the noise. They've practiced this before.
We actually have a golf cart with speakers on the back that is probably 10 yards behind the offense, cranked all the way up. So that's something, crowd noise is something we work on.
You try to put them in position throughout the week in practice in adverse situations with noise and all those things. I don't know if we can match it, but we've done that since we started in August to try to get prepared for an atmosphere like this. And as a competitor, I don't know if it gets any better, man. It's awesome.
And you can hear more from Barry Odom on the recently fired Les Miles on ABC17news.com. High school now. Voting is over for our Sports Zone Football Friday Play of the Week. It was a 2-horse race this time around, and it was one of our closest races yet to date. Fayette's Tommy Phillips wins out by 17 votes. Phillips grabbed this toss off the misdirection play against Paris. He scored on the long touchdown run after escaping to the edge. So congratulations to Tommy Phillips and ABC 17's Andrew Kaufman. We'll have all your highlights on Sports Zone Football Friday this week. I will be in Baton Rouge with Mizzou football this weekend. All right, moving on to high school volleyball. This is Battle taking on Helias in Columbia in the second set. Battle down 4, but Hannah Kellenberger finds the soft spot in the zone, and that's an ace for Battle. Later, the Satyrs respond with a point of their own. Grace Millard comes through with an ace as well, as Helias wins in straight sets. Moving on to the college ranks, as Melinda Wright Washington and Columbia College hosting the Stevens Stars in the second set. Tyler Grant earns the point for the Stars with this little floater, and then later Caroline Clifford responds with a big whack. That one's gonna fall through, and Columbia College takes this one over Stevens in straight sets. Let's go to the scoreboard as we go back to high school. Rockbridge swept by Hillcrest in straight sets. Moving over to Calvary Lutheran as they stay undefeated against Hallsville. Centralia in softball, well, they beat Hallsville 16-0, and same with North Callaway as they take down Mark Twain. All right, the St. Louis Cardinals hosting the Cincinnati Reds, and this was a moment for Aledmys Diaz. Remember, he was a childhood friend of the late Jose Fernandez. You see the jersey being hung in the dugout, and the Cardinals are down 2-1, bases loaded, but look at this. Diaz with the grand slam to give the Cardinals the lead. You know he was thinking about his friend Jose Fernandez on this trot around the bases. What a moment this was. Diaz and the Cardinals, well, they are well on their way to a big-time victory. They lead the Reds 12-5 in the 8th inning. And finally tonight, the Kansas City Royals are winners over the Minnesota Twins. Billy Burns hits a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 11th as Kansas City wins 4-3.
All right, Austin, thanks.
All right, it is Wednesday tomorrow, and Sharon has a look at your out-the-door forecast next.
Trying to squeeze your whole family in a tiny compact? Not cool. But having plenty of room, navigation, and connectivity in your new Joe Machens Ford? Now that's definitely cool. And upgrading is really easy at JoeMachensFord.com. View specials, search inventory, even complete most of the buying process. So when your current vehicle just won't do, check out the #1 volume Ford dealer for over 19 years. Joe Machens Ford, Columbia, Jefferson City, and JoeMachensFord.com.
Check. Now he's moving money. Checking his spending and paying some bills. Because Joe has technology. And that, my friends, is why Joe is awesome. Technology, only at Central Bank.
Hello, I'm John Dean, and I own Mid-Missouri Stanley Steamer. I've been helping people take care of their homes since my family started Stanley Steamer in St. Louis back in 1981. About 4 years ago, I jumped at the chance to move here to Mid-Missouri and buy this Stanley Steamer franchise. So if you haven't used Stanley Steamer in a while, you're in for a pleasant surprise. We have only full-time employees, no subcontractors. We do drug tests and criminal background checks, and all of my employees are insured and bonded. You'll feel comfortable having us in your home. So call us or schedule online. We hope to see you soon.
Some people around town seem a little brighter. Look at Honda Accord owners. They did their research and discovered that the restyled 2016 Accord was named a Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 30 times. With Honda Sensing, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto available, Accord is in a class of its own. Camry or Altima, don't even come close. Right now, lease the 2016 Accord for just $189 a month. The more you look at the all-new Accord, the more you realize it's the smart way to go. See your Mid-Missouri Honda dealer.
After we put our son to bed, we have to keep working. Coffee.
I'm Caleb Rowden. Aubrey and I both run our own small businesses.
So we've learned that good jobs are hard to create.
As your state representative, I've been right there, removing barriers so that everyone in mid-Missouri can climb the economic ladder. In this race, only one of us has the experience to bring new jobs to mid-Missouri. I'm Caleb Rowden, and that's why I want to be your senator.
Well, tomorrow starts off a bit cool in the morning for the morning commute, 54, and then we'll see those temperatures climbing into the upper 60s, touching near 70 in a few spots. More clouds and a north breeze tomorrow. Check in with Brittany in the morning for an update.
All right, Sharon, good reminder.
Thanks for watching tonight.
Jimmy Kimmel's up next.
See you tomorrow.